Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Lamberis Retreats. My name is Helen, and in a few moments I'm going to be in conversation with Hattie Parker, who is joining us for our Mountain Rest Spring Awakening retreat in May, just a few months away. Hattie is the founder of Adventures for Wellbeing, and she is a wilderness therapeutic practitioner trainee. She's also a qualified mountaineer leader. So she's going to be bringing a lot of beautiful, reflective practices to the retreat, as well as guiding people into the foothills of Snowdonia. We're going to have a chat about what she's going to be doing on the retreat. We're just going to have a little informal conversation about her background, why she loves these sort of wilderness therapeutic applications, and in what ways we're going to be collaborating together on the retreat as well. I'm just going to take a few moments to invite her into the space. If you have any questions about the retreat, if you're interested in joining us, bring them along. Respectively, you can send your questions to us afterwards as well. Hi, Hattie.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Well, it looks like we're in very different parts of the world. So, would you like to just share with the audience where you're tuning in from?
I am currently in northern Sweden. As you can see, there's a lot of snow, and it's a nice blue sky day today. And it's about -4 today. It's not too cold. It's very dry cold, so it's actually quite comfortable to be outside. It's nice.
Yeah, it's very different to our spring weather that we're experiencing at the moment. So it's nice to see where you are. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of a chat about our work together on the upcoming Mountain Rest Retreat. And I thought it might be nice for people to have a bit of an insight into how we met to begin with. We met at Yestival last summer, which is the Say Yes More festival that they have every year at the Big Sky Hideaway in Lincolnshire. And you were running your morning therapeutic wilderness sessions, and I was running morning yoga sessions. So we never actually got a chance to cross over into those sessions, but we did have a chance to connect outside of those sessions. And it was almost like we just knew instantly that there was going to be a collaboration between us, which was really beautiful. And then you joined us in September for the Mountain Rest Retreat. And from there, it's just been a case of planning what's to come. So my first question for you, Hattie, is would you mind, well, it's not really a question, I guess. Can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and the idea behind Adventures for Wellbeing?
Yes, of course. I've always been quite passionate, I guess, in my personal life about getting outdoors and being in nature. This led me eventually to qualify as a mountain leader a few years ago. It was something I'd had ambition for many years. Through the process of doing that, I realized that the real magic and passion for me in getting outdoors was actually getting really far from man-made places and just immersing myself in a way that allowed for nature and the natural world around me to really kind of seep in, and the impact that had was the main reason that I wanted to be there. So rather than trying to climb up the highest point in the mountain range or walk as many miles as I could in a day, it's always been for me about just getting out there, and so I wanted to bring this aspect into my guiding. So it was really important to me that there was this opportunity for people who came on a hike with me to be able to get that depth and have that added immersion and time for that during the journey. And so then I discovered that there was actually a qualification I could do, which is regulated, and I'll graduate this year as a wilderness therapeutic practitioner. And I'm really excited because it blends those two interests together, and it gives me, I hope, a real ability to offer something quite special and an added level of immersion in nature. Adventures for Wellbeing was born out of this interest, but also that I had always wanted to continue with leading journeys, whether they be on foot or maybe in time to come by kayak or other water-based journeys. And yes, that's really where it came from. The future for what I want to do will be focusing on that, really. Yeah.
Lovely. I love the sound of journeys, either being on foot or water journeys. I love the sound of that. And so when you join us in May, you're going to be guiding people through some kind of journey from that first guided hike into the foothills of Snowdonia until we kind of end on the Sunday. So I'd like to ask you, what are you going to be bringing to the retreat in that way?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of become such a natural collaboration that with your energy and the offering of your yoga retreat to have this added element that starting with the journey on the Friday, we will hike, which I'll lead in the afternoon. And during that first journey on the first day of the retreat, there'll be an invitation to connect to nature. And I will introduce some ideas around self-reflection as well, which will be what we'll build the sessions on later in the weekend. And also, therefore, through that process of self-reflection, you'll get to experience the idea of using nature as a mirror for yourself. So that's how we'll start the weekend, and do some grounding during that day and breathing together and just getting to know each other a little bit, because it'll be our first day stepping out of work and life back home, and coming into the retreat space to come and give that time to yourself. And yeah, I just hope to be able to invite those opportunities in that first day with the hike. And then going on into the weekend, there'll be a real outdoor focus to the sessions that I'll be putting together, but then also those that Helen and I are going to run together. And that's going to be, again, building on the nature as a way to better understand yourself, spending time reflecting. I'll invite some different practices that you can share in, and to help with that, and to help just really immerse you in a deeper understanding of yourself, in both in your mind, also physically in your body, in that setting, in outside in the world, and leading you to that sort of deeper level of belonging, really. It's part of nature as we are, and yeah, I hope to be able to give you lots of opportunity for that during the sessions.
Yeah, and I love the mirror here as well, between the work that you're doing in nature and the work that I'm doing in the yoga space. And I mean, in many ways, it is a form of yoga, going out into nature and doing those self-reflective practices. That is a form of yoga. Yoga goes way beyond what we're doing on a yoga mat. And so I'm really excited for the collaborations that are going to come out of this across the weekend. And although we have a structure that we're going to be working with, it's the people who come along who will actually feed into how the weekends evolve. So I'm really excited about our collaboration, and also the language that we're using as well is very similar. Even as you just speak there about the experience of coming home to yourself and getting a sense of belonging, and this idea around self-reflection, this is all happening in yoga. So I can see why this is going to be a really special retreat. What do you think people should bring? What do you think they should be prepared for in terms of coming along to this weekend with us?
Well, being as we'll be in Snowdonia with my mountain leader hat on, I'd be suggesting definitely some good sturdy walking boots. So preferably, it would be great to see people in boots who've got that ankle support. And we've got to also consider that the weather in the mountains can change. So some waterproofs would be a great idea. So I would suggest waterproof jacket and trousers potentially. They're not too heavy to carry. Hopefully if you don't have them, you can potentially borrow those from somebody. So just protection really for yourself. And then for the hike you want to bring something to carry some water, or some kind of rehydration in, so whether that be your preference, squash or so on, and that's quite important. And I would suggest potentially a small snack, but it doesn't need to be anything really. That's for the hike. That's the basics covered. A warm layer just to have on underneath your waterproof, but I mean, who knows, in May sometimes we get such lovely warm weather you won't have any of those things on, but good to bring them anyway.
And we can provide the snacks as well.
Okay, fantastic. Well, there you go. And then past that, I think just to know that nature's there for everybody. It's a constant and completely a resource that's for us all, and you don't need to have practiced anything like this before. So just come with an open mind, some interest in being outdoors. So it'd be nice if you're happy to be outdoors. That would be really good, and just enjoy that. The beautiful place at Llanberis Retreat. I mean, it's really quite a very unique and special location. So that's a wonderful gift in itself to be able to go and enjoy that space. Those are the things really. Just an open mind, some waterproofs and a pair of boots.
I love that. Open mind, definitely. And the same goes for the yoga practices as well, and the meditations that we're going to be taking. It's invitational, isn't it? So it's up to people who come as to how much or little they choose to do, and empowering themselves to make those decisions as well. Because it's called mountain rest. We want people to come and rest whilst they're here and experience the rejuvenating qualities of being in nature, rather than pushing themselves. It's not a real hiking holiday. There's definitely a therapeutic, holistic background to all of this work. The other thing that you mentioned that I thought was really, really nice there was about the protection for yourself. And I think that the whole weekend really will have this premise of self-care about it as well. And so sometimes when we practice yoga, sometimes when we're exploring, even nature applications, it can be quite exposing. So it's just making sure that you do have that open mind, but you do also listen to yourself and really take care of yourself as you're there across the whole weekend. Is there anything else that you want to add to that, Hattie?
No, I think that last point's really important. I think that's it's always by invitation, and there will always be other options. Should not be suitable or something that's going to serve you. So just feel that you can completely be yourself and enjoy, really. I think that's that's really important.
And it's the same with the yoga as well. There will always be options. You don't need to have experience to be able to come to this retreat. It's very much about that open mind and curiosity that we're welcoming, that we're looking for. Obviously, if people have a love of the outdoors, this is probably the ideal retreat for them. So bear that in mind when you're looking at the retreat offerings. This could be the one for you. I would like people to find you, Hattie. So where can they find out more about what you're doing and your various social handles?
Yes, great. I would love to share those. So I'm excited to say that I'm imminently launching my website, adventuresforwellbeing.com. And so you can obviously get on there, and then be all the offers on there. And I'm also going to be starting a quarterly newsletter. So if you're interested, there will be a sign up through that, but also you can always pop me an email, adventuresforwellbeing@gmail.com. And the Instagram handle the same, at Adventures for Wellbeing. you can just send me a private message on there. My current Wild Women Outdoors handle will continue as well, but for the business that Ventures for Wellbeing is becoming this spring, it feels like a very timely time to be launching a business in spring, where all the new life is coming. I've got this bird tweeting.
I can hear it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's so vibrant. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all happening. So those are the places to get in touch, and if you know want to find out what's going on, there they are. Yeah.
Okay, fab. Thank you. I'm just going to point people in the direction of where to communicate with us as well. You can drop us a message here on the social handle at Llanberis Retreats. And we have the website, which has all of the event listings and retreat options. That is llanberisretreats.com. Hattie wrote a blog for us not long ago, and so you can find out even more about her if you head to the blog section on the website. And in terms of availability for May, so it's the 17th to the 19th of May, so a couple of months to go yet. We have the Bell Tent for those of you who love being outdoors. I would highly recommend that. Last May we had incredible weather, so it was the perfect weekend for sleeping outdoors. And we also have an apartment space which sleeps 2 to 3 people, and we have one van space as well, and Hattie will be in the van, so you'll have a friend camping nearby. And obviously all the food is included. Dave, my husband, he is our on-site chef and just hands-on, making sure everybody has a cup of tea when they need one, or yeah, directions or parking advice, all that stuff. So very much an intimate retreat weekend. So we're really excited. Lindsay joined us and she said she's really looking forward to the retreat. So thanks, Lindsay, and thanks to everyone else who joined us today. Obviously you can catch up on this afterwards. We'll be posting it, and if you have any questions either for myself or Hattie, please do find us. I'll put the handles in the comments. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I will check in with you very soon.
Okay, see you soon.
Okay, enjoy the snow.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.